Seems like anyone that was on the alt train has now moved into the Bitcoin train. You still have, you go on crypto Twitter, people are just as bullish as they were at 69,000 at this point. That we know the US dollar does well when there's panic. We never had the flush out in crypto. And granted, that could be more in the alts, but bear markets notoriously get people to throw in the towel.
Hello and welcome to Crypto Street, where we bring you the latest and most intriguing stories from the world of cryptocurrencies. In today's video, we'll be unraveling the secrets of Bitcoin's future. But before we jump into that, let's take a look at some recent developments in the cryptocurrency market. Ethereum moved closer to $2,000 on Monday as markets prepared for a short but busy week of U.S. economic data. This is due to the 4th of July Independence Day celebrations, which will see some markets in the United States close. Once reopened, the FOMC minutes and non-farm payrolls report will be some of the key fundamentals released. Bitcoin is largely consolidated today. Bitcoin maintains $30,000 as prospective issuers refile ETF applications. SEC says ETF applications aren't good enough, but Bitcoin hasn't given up hope. On Friday, June 30, Ox announced an expansion of its existing partnership with recent Champions League winners, Manchester City Football Club. The partnership entails Ox, which previously sponsored the club's training kit, becoming the sleeve sponsor for both the men's and women's teams. Haider Rafiq, the company's CMO, expressed hopes that the deal will enhance visibility and generate interest in the broader blockchain industry. Welcome to Let 'em Insights, a compendium of Latin America's most relevant crypto and economic news during the last week. In this issue, Argentina settles part of its $44 billion debt with the International Monetary Fund, IMF, using the Chinese yuan. Central Bank of Brazil officials estimate the Brazilian Central Bank Digital Currency, CBDC, will be available by 2024, and Bitfinex launches a LATAM-focused P2P platform. Elon Musk sparks controversy with Twitter that has imposed limits on user accounts due to extreme levels of data scraping and system manipulation, said Tesla CEO and Twitter chief Elon Musk. The billionaire has no idea the DRP a rattlesnake he just stepped on by doing this, a censorship expert stressed, revealing that the U.S. censorship industry needs to scrape hundreds of millions of tweets in order to build their social media censorship Death Star. Venture capitalist Tim Draper has adjusted his projected timeframe for Bitcoin's price to reach $250,000. Maintaining an optimistic outlook, Draper still expects the world's largest cryptocurrency to reach his predicted price target, but acknowledged that it may take a little longer. Singapore's MAS orders crypto firms to keep customer assets in a trust by year-end. The market capitalization of the stablecoin economy on July 2, 2023 has fallen below the $129 billion mark to the current $128.21 billion, according to statistics. Just over $2 billion in stablecoins have been withdrawn from the stablecoin token economy since May 28. The probability for U.S. approval of a spot Bitcoin ETF is fairly high. The lack of a spot ETF leads to the growth of over-the-counter products like the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, which are more expensive, illiquid, and inefficient. Now let's begin our enlightening discussion with Gareth Soloway.
It's pretty remarkable, the crypto sentiment right now, specifically in regards to Bitcoin. Seems like anyone that was on the alt train has now moved into the Bitcoin train, and it's pretty wild out there right now in terms of bullish sentiment. And I would say, so I see a question here about, I talked previously, over the last year, that Bitcoin could potentially decline by as much as 85%. That data point came from past cycles about how much it dropped in each of the past cycles. It was somewhere around that. I actually think that it also has to do with how much of a decline we saw in Amazon. If this was the dot-com bubble bursting in crypto, it was also looking at Amazon as being kind of the child of the dot-com bubble, and Bitcoin obviously being the one for crypto. Some of the positives like regulation and stuff like that, and money flowing into Bitcoin as if we get a spot ETF could adjust that. But for me, it's just, it doesn't seem like we've had, to me, we never had the flush out in crypto. And granted, that could be more in the alts, but bear markets notoriously get people to throw in the towel. We saw it in 2017, going into 18 and 19. I still remember so vividly, and I follow, I watch CNBC as I'm stock trading and stuff like that. And I still remember 2017, the ticker of Bitcoin was at the bottom. They always talked about it. And then by 2018 into mid to late, they removed the ticker and didn't say a word. And at that point, you had Bitcoin below 10K, it was in the 76543 level. And it just was like, no one even, like, people were questioning whether it would survive. And maybe this time's different, but to me, we haven't seen the washout yet. You still have, you go on crypto Twitter, people are just as bullish as they were at 69,000 at this point.
As North America enjoys a long weekend, the cryptocurrency markets are relatively quiet, with both Bitcoin, BTC, and Ethereum, ETH, maintaining price stability. Bitcoin is starting the trading week in Asia at $30,654, while Ether is at $1,938 according to CoinDesk data. The CoinDesk Indices Bitcoin Trend Indicator suggests that Bitcoin is experiencing a significant uptrend. Last week, the crypto market faced some challenges when the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, deemed current Bitcoin ETF filings as inadequate, leading to a price decline. Some issuers have since refiled their ETF applications, mentioning Coinbase as their market surveillance partner. Jorge Pascual, the CDO of BitBull Capital, suggests that Bitcoin may potentially test a support zone between $27,000 and $29,000, which could result in deeper declines for altcoins. That Pascual advises market participants to remain cautious of sustained upside momentum. Although the week begins with a holiday, there are significant economic events scheduled. The publication of the June FOMC minutes on Wednesday will provide insights into the Federal Reserve's potential future moves on interest rates. The JOLT's job openings data will be released on Thursday, followed by new unemployment numbers on Friday. Traders will also be keeping an eye on the SEC's next steps regarding Bitcoin ETFs, which could impact the market sentiment.
One of the interesting things that we could recognize is that globally, the economic data has been ridiculously bad, right? I mean, Germany recently, the UK with inflation, Japan with inflation. We know China's struggling, their economy's struggling. And so what's kind of intriguing to me is that the dollar's not getting a bigger bid, considering that the economic data here has been really actually pretty good comparatively. So it's almost like, okay, so if that's not giving the dollar a bid, does that potentially mean that when the U.S. economy starts to weaken, which, whether it's in 3 months, 6 months, a year, at some point it will, does that then mean, do we have a bigger rollover? And again, it is kind of interesting with the chatter about de-dollarization. Janet Yellen recently saying that, people should actually diversify away from U.S. dollars a little bit, because it probably won't be the only currency out there. So yeah, it's kind of interesting because, again, the economic data globally has been really, really weak. You'd assume the dollar would be ripping right now.
Bitcoin BTC was once again in consolidation as the world's largest cryptocurrency remained below a key resistance level for a third straight day. BTC/USD moved to a peak at $30,789.11 earlier in the day, less than 24 hours after nearing a drop below $30,000. Despite the marginal gain, BTC remained below a key level of resistance at the $30,800 for the third straight session. One of the reasons for this was due to the 14-day Relative Strength Index, RSI, hovering below a ceiling of its own at 69.00. The index is now tracking at 66.64, which is near a point where it has flatlined for the past few days. There is a strong chance that BTC may continue this trend until U.S. markets return from the Independence Day break. Ethereum, ETH, on the other hand, made steady gains to start the week, moving towards the $2,000 mark in the process. ETH/USD jumped to an intraday high at $1,973.64 on Monday, a day after the price fell to a bottom at $1,895.91. As a result of this rally, the world's second largest cryptocurrency once again reached its strongest point since May 6. Whilst BTC's price strength has been unable to break resistance, Ethereum's RSI rose beyond a hurdle at 60.00 and is now tracking at 62.69. Should this newfound momentum continue to intensify, there is a good chance that ETH will be above $2,000 in the coming days. That wraps up today's crypto news highlights. Stay tuned for more updates, insights, and analysis from the world of cryptocurrencies. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more engaging content.